Bang bang to the gang. Faithful boys in the building.
What they do?
Prayers, P Warrior, OG Goody. Shouts out to Uncle Keith.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, y'all know what we say. We bang and we can't no more. My bro say we bang to infinity and
And
beyond.
beyond.
You
That's
heard
right.
me? Bruh, you know we all smiles coming off the dub, you know what I mean?
Yup.
Big
Uh
facts. Big facts.
and look, like Uncle Keith said, we outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
Hey, bro, I'm excited. Prayers. Most of the game, I was thinking about you, dog, because the Purdy man was looking damn good, bro.
Man, man,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
he was looking damn good, bro. Uh,
Uh,
good.
I,
Good.
I
Good.
still don't want to sign the check, but
No, yeah,
boy,
of course not.
I,
Of
but
course not.
I think it's a wise investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course not. We just gotta let it. We just gotta see how it unfolds.
yeah.
There's a lot there to work with. We know one thing. There's a lot there to work with. So we just gotta watch it unfold.
Yeah.
That's real,
So,
bro. Like I was definitely impressed with the Purdy man. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna pass it over to y'all, bro. Give me y'all the initial thoughts on it. We got a couple highlight clips and shit. We could, break it down a little more and all that. But just off the dump, bro. Talk to me.
Man, I think just a real dominant game. You know what I'm saying? And I think our offense went into cruise control real early too. So
Cross.
we didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have to. Fortunately, defense was that's what we want to see, man. I mean, because I personally think Pittsburgh will be in the playoffs at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? If they stay healthy, you know what I'm saying. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't think that's indicative of who the Steelers are at all. But we came in. It's good to see. We all know we normally don't get that type of start to the season, and so it's what we really been asking for, and we got it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of good things, man.
Not real talk, brother. P Warrior. What you say over
well,
there?
it's what we to see. What we know that's what they capable of. Then we wanted them to come last season, it's been, kind of off. But I mean, not starting off fast, but no, they came out, jumped on them right on the gun defensively. Then offensively, Brock did what he did. We don't need you to throw for 300. We just need you to get the ball to the people that we know can make the plays. As
Yeah,
long as he's doing that, we fine. But then he had the extra element of being able to escape the pocket, make throws on a run. But it's the common regular play. Like I said, we don't need you to be spectacular. We just need you to be consistent. We gonna get that every week if he do what he do. So,
Real.
like I said, no, for the first game, that's what we wanted. We wanted to start off 1-0. We didn't want to come off no loss. You know what I'm saying? So we want to know they confident, they healthy. Nobody was hurt. Everybody healthy. You know what I'm saying? Right now. So that's good. Knock on wood. You know.
facts.
So, nah, man, it's time to go get this dub against the Rams. A
Yeah,
lot of people, the Rams beat the Seahawks. I was shocked. I'm like, damn, the Seahawks got smashed by the
smash
Rams. Nobody,
Cross
the
at
Rams
team.
gonna be.
home. At home,
But
man. Yeah.
yeah, so that kind of shocked me. I'm like, think they was gonna, do that. So we know we can't sleep on the Rams. Now we didn't beat them like 10 straight, but we know they ain't gonna sleep on the Rams. They're gonna be ready for the Rams. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So, like I said, for the first game, coming into the, thing we didn't know. Well, I think I said, when we was on last, I said, nah, when they was in the, when the starter was in there offensively, you saw them bam, 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 go right down the field. Well, they did the same thing in the game. You know what I'm saying? They went bam, bam, bam down the field. They scored. You know what I'm saying? And then like the fact that Purdy was aggressive. When they was in that red zone, they attacked. You know what I'm saying? They weren't trying to kick field goal. They were trying to score. Then they went
Yeah.
at the pass because he was running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I ate his lunch and his breakfast and dinner. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it was a good Sunday to watch it. Look, I know because I was getting out of church, but I heard my phone ding, and I said, I know them boys have. I said, it's got to be good. Because my phone was blowing up. I know y'all was on that thread. I heard ding, 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 ding. All my little chimes was going off. I was like, I know them. I said, I know it's got to be good. And then when I cut it on, Then I looked, I saw the score. I was like, oh, I know why my phone was blowing up.
Yeah.
The boys said, they excited. So I had a big smile on my face coming out the church. So yeah, look, bro, it was straight. So yeah, man, that's what like I said, man, we gonna have a lot of dubs this year. These boys ain't losing too many games. They gonna win a lot. So that's my thought. They did what they supposed to do out there.
Facts.
Well, bro, you kind of spoke about Purdy being aggressive. Definitely going at Patrick Peterson after the comments. So I guess we'll start on offense right quick. You know what I'm saying? We'll relive a couple of the moments and then we can kind of talk about it.
When they acquired that guy. First down and goal. Play action. Purdy looking end zone. Lets it rip and he's got a touchdown to Brandon Aiyuk. Four-man rush over the middle. Brandon Aiyuk is wide open. The touchdown score on the first drive is a big gain here. 2nd and 9. Purdy over the middle. There's Aiyuk. First down to the 32, beating Quan Alexander. 2nd and 12, back to the air. Purdy looking end zone. Brandon Aiyuk, he's got his second touchdown. Contested catch.
Well, you talk about confidence in your player. Going to be a back shoulder throw. Let's watch that left foot. There's the right one down. One gets it in. Great job. That is great coverage by Patrick Peterson. It's just outstanding execution.
Purdy steps up, lets it go. First down to Brandon Aiyuk. Brock Purdy kept it alive and then threaded the needle for a completion of 16 to keep the drive going.
Fullback on a corner, Joe, down at the bottom is a mismatch for the
Gotta love that. Gotta get him the ball, right? Sorry, Daryl. Over the middle, it's Aiyuk. His big day continues. He's got 2 touchdowns. He's got 6 catches total.
Coming from the inside, he's going to push it up. And in that in route, you've got George Kittle coming across the field from the other direction.
Empty it out with 4 targets to the top. Purdy in trouble, gets rid of it, has Aiyuk, first down to midfield. Aiyuk was wide open for a gain of 15. On 3rd down and 4. Purdy to the sideline for Brandon Aiyuk. Making a move on Levi Wallace. What a day for Brandon Aiyuk, who had the first 2 touchdowns, part of an 8-catch day.
Everybody talked about that he was the most impressive guy when you talk about day 1 through the end of training.
All right, fellas. Shit.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a minute. You know, him being the number one, the real number one on the team. Having high expectations for him. Definitely came out the gate hot. And I'm gonna say this, bro. Purdy ability to extend the play right on time, brother. Because I could see Jimmy being in some similar situations, but not necessarily stepping up and buying that extra time and firing that thing. And that's the type of shit we gonna need when we playing those elite defenses and shit.
Yeah. To go off that, you know about Jimmy, just to go onto that real quick, in my opinion, we saw it in those first 5 games with Jimmy in 2017.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Then he got hurt, and then it was just it was a different quarterback after that. Rightfully so, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like his speed and his shiftiness and everything made him elite or he had above average in that. But what we had seen about him, you know what I'm saying, is very yes, in comparison what we see in Brock Purdy, you know what I'm saying, his ability to do that in a little capacity. So, and then when he got hurt, it was gone. You know what I'm saying, and so it would be weird, you know what I'm saying, because it's a non-contact. You know what I'm saying. So I would imagine that if you aren't, people would say that he was mentally weak. That was people would say about Jimmy. I ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying, but it's understandable. So if you are mentally fragile in an instance, you know what I'm saying, you could having that type of injury where you're just running and it's a free run and no one hits you, you know what I'm saying? And then that injures shit, you know what I'm saying? It could make you completely look at things differently if that's so. It's understandable, but yeah, no, I mean, but Purdy, as far as Purdy, yeah, we get to see it. I mean, he does. He picked up where he left off. In my opinion, he picked up where he left off. The offense picked up where it left off. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and even with Jimmy, I think, unfortunately he had the injury, and then he, probably was like, well, no, man, I can't take no chance running this and that or whatever. And tore my knee up or whatever.
Facts.
I'm going to just play quarterback from the pocket. Now, I think Brock just a different animal, you know what I'm saying? Brock, he just,
Facts.
like I said, he'll take more risk and more chances and stuff. But as far as, him and Ayuk, man, the connection is just there, you know what I'm saying? But then you just see, as you watch the game, how, and even when, watch some of the breakdowns, and stuff, how he was just holding the covers with his eyes. But Brock ain't afraid to throw that ball in there, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy wouldn't throw that ball in there a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? He would hold it too long. Brock ain't afraid to let that thing go, you know what I'm saying, and put it in there.
Facts.
He ain't afraid to take he ain't afraid to take that risk, that chance, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just
and it's important. And he seems to do it, not my bad, and not get interceptions. You know what I'm saying? And so he already has that moxie, if you will, to throw that ball in there, to take those chances. So it's like the more he does it without having that repercussion, the better his ceiling becomes, because then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you can teach yourself to become fearless. You know what I'm saying? But also you can teach with that fearlessness comes victory after victory after victory. So you ain't seeing that type of defeat in that instance. And I think that's what you saw with Brady, what we saw over Brady's career. You know what I'm saying? He built that shit up because they did so many right things that they didn't experience a lot of setbacks. Brady and the Patriots didn't experience setbacks. You know what I'm saying? They won their way. And you just saw Brady become more in your face, more braggadocio. You just saw it as he evolved as a player with championships and rings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, if he can keep having success and doing this, and it's like Brett Favre. It's like how they were young and then they become who they become, and it's because they experience success at a high rate now. You know what I'm saying? And it turns them into who they can be because they're fearless.
Then too, I think, but Purdy ain't afraid to fail.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because he got this chip on his shoulder, similar to Brady being the last, pick.
What was Favre? What was Favre?
Favre was like a second or third round pick. But, there ain't no substitute for want to. There ain't no substitute for, that hunger and that desire. Purdy hungry to prove a lot of people wrong. And then, like I said, he ain't afraid to fail. And then when the moment is big, you saw it, and that's what I'm saying. I go back to the Dallas game in the playoffs. Now, Dallas defense was on it. Shanahan game plan might have been conservative, but when he had to make the plays, he made the plays.
X.
When he had to make the throws, he made the throws. He wasn't afraid to in that moment not make the throw. When he made the throw to Kittle on a one play, and when he had to make the clutch throws, he made the clutch throw. That's what I'm saying. He got it where it matters, where it counts. I trust him in the big moment versus some of these other boys that been established way longer than him. You know what I'm saying? So to me, he ain't afraid to fail, and then, in a big moment, he ain't gonna crack. He ain't gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice.
Yeah, no.
But he got similar to Brady.
At their early stages.
Perez go ahead and win the
Fast.
Elevate him to a level, and that's gonna bring his confidence. But he don't like got
Not
trust. He that want to, you know what I'm saying? He want to show that I'm the real, you know, y'all slept on me. So,
and the more to add on to that, the more it happens with him, the more it happens with Shanahan. And then we get to see, then we can get to that point where you see that Atlanta Shanahan coming out because he has the confidence and the production to do what he does. And then once we get there, then the world and everybody gets to experience the Kyle Shanahan that no one's been able to see because he's not been able to get how he needs that offense to perform for him to push himself in the same instance. And that's what happened with Belichick. And I mean, I think it's very similar, man, in a sense, what can happen and what's going on here and with how the Patriots came into it. It's damn near the same, man, because it was all drafted and they built defense and they came over. Now, they had immediate success and we've not. But if we're talking about just Purdy's tenure with Shanahan and these 49ers, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely there, man. It's definitely there for them to go. But if we can get it to where we get to see a Shanahan that nobody's seen, we'll be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Nah, real talk. And all right, so we touched on Purdy a little bit and Ayuk. CMC. Another big reason I mean, I think we all feel that the team is successful, and I think, you know, just having him back there running routes, running between the tackles, you're working with a lot. We know it was a hell of a run. We love the downfield block, and Ayuk Ray coming out the blue, clean it up. Man, like prayers to me, like you said, get to the level of Atlanta Shanahan to a certain degree. Dog, I feel you, because when I'm watching, and P Warrior, you mentioned it earlier about them attacking on offense. I feel like that's where it's trending. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Then you got all the different, you know, all the weapons. Like they came out early with Debo. You know what I'm saying? Get him his touches, kind of establish the offense. He one of the faces of the offense. Get him his touches early. Then you go to just slinging it to Ayuk a little bit. You sprinkle CMC. Kittle, you might touch it a little bit. Like, I'm liking what I'm seeing, bro.
Right. It's good because we need to cook. They need to cook and they need to stay together because it gets hard. It gets hard.
Yeah.
Our schedule gets to the point where we have a lot of good opponents in 5 to 6, 7 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be tested. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see them come through. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how it rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Games, some of them in NFC games, when we play the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? When we play the Cowboys, that shit really, really fucking matters. Excuse my language. It really, really matters because when you get into these playoff scenarios, those tiebreakers are going to be the difference makers.
Nah, real.
We got to win that Dallas game. You got to win that Eagles game if you're trying to get that 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? If that's what we're talking about, when we talking about that 1 seed. So it's like they got to be ready. We got to be producing. And so it was good. It was good to see it week 1.
And we all heard Micah Parsons' comments, right, about Purdy. What's going on?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What it do?
What it do,
fellas? What the comments? The comments.
No, he's basically saying he think Brock Purdy a top 15 quarterback in the league. Impressed by the story, but he basically saying he think it's time for people to stop underestimating him. He nice, you know what I'm saying? Take him serious, so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're going to see in a minute when we play him. So they know, because they played him last year, so they know he ain't no fluke. You know what I'm saying? He beat him in the playoffs and was relatively unknown. So, you know, the comments is real. He ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the game, to me, that's going to decide the NFC home field. Because I think if we win that, I think we going to Philly and winning that.
It is a humongous game. That is a week 18 game, week 5.
Yeah, we gotta win that one.
100%. 100%.
And barring injury, barring injury, gonna be firing on all cylinders. Let's go back to Parsons' comments. Top 15. This is the second time today I've seen Brock Purdy ranked in the top. I saw him ranked the only day in the top 10 of all quarterbacks. And some of the quarterbacks that were ranked ahead of him, like Tua's crazy behind, to me, did not make as good of decisions on the field as he did. What does it take to be QB1 and have the best QBR in week 1? Are you top 10 at that point? Is it a fluke? Especially when you won your first 6 games, throwing 2 touchdowns on that 116 QBR that was only beat by one other Hall of Fame quarterback in the history of the game? At some point, it goes from fluke to facts. FACTS.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you straight up. Somebody's putting that ball on the dime. Somebody's improvising on plays. Somebody is seeing the whole field. Somebody's making decisions that make downs. Now, if you want to rank everything, rank this. Winning is winning.
Facts.
True.
And at the end of the day, Dan Fouts used to throw for 4,000 a year, yards a season, 4,000 and 5,000. Those are stats. But who remembers Fouts more than they remember Montana, who was winning chips?
Big facts.
Come on now.
We don't need you to throw for 3, baby. Just do what you do. We don't need you to throw for 3. I don't need you to throw for 5. I just want to win.
I hope they keep underestimating and marginalizing this kid, because you know what the most dangerous Purdy is when you back him into a corner and you diminish him. That is the it factor.
That's it.
I would like to think that Micah Parsons is smarter than that. Like, because he really ain't got, because you already beat him. And Micah, you lost back-to-back seasons to end your season. So it's just like you getting up here throwing
Prez, to his credit, and I could be interpreting it wrong, I didn't take it like he was throwing no shade at the brother.
Okay.
Like he was heaping a ton of praise on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So if he's doing it, you know what I'm saying, it's still.
Now look, you know, it could have been some little, you know, but
because
on the face of it, it seemed like it was, you know, he was big up in it more or less.
How many NFL teams are there?
No. To get to that, because if you say he's top 15, most people, when they say, "Oh, this is a top 5 movie or a top 7 movie of mine," you know what I'm saying? Typically, you're going with the last number. That's what common thinking is going to do. Is you're going to associate where you rank that at that end number. You know what I'm saying? So if you say 15, like it could be backhanded. You know what I'm saying? You could say something and it appears to be cool. You know what I'm saying? But then it's also a slight. You know what I'm saying? It could be many ways. But the point is, it's like stupid thing to say, bro. Because if that locker room and Purdy wants to take it as you disrespecting them, that's what they gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like what. I don't know. It wouldn't be smart.
But but Dallas, but this the thing with the Cowboys, because you know after they smoked the Giants, but the Giants, we know the Giants ain't hitting on nothing, man.
Oh man,
Giants is trash.
Come on, man.
Y'all beat them 40-0. Now y'all talking about the headline, y'all defense, this and that. Your Cowboy, y'all keep running y'all mouth, But when it's time to be clutch, y'all fold. And I was watching First Take Monday, and Stephen A. talking about because he was hopping up the Cowboys and this and that, whatever. Stephen A. say still, it still come down to the quarterback, and you got Dak Prescott. And when it's time, when the pressure come, he gonna fold, he gonna crack. That's why I say give me Purdy every day of the week, because that boy ain't gonna crack when it count. We know Dak, you ain't got it. You might have the defense and everything else, but when it come down to it, you ain't got it, because we saw it last year. Purdy, third string, Mr. Irrelevant, beat you. You've been in the league making all this money and all of this stuff for years, but in a clutch time, you fold every time. And now they talk about that the defense supposed to be better than ours. We don't have our defensive players never talk about being number one, this and that. All they do is go out there and let the pass do the talk.
Let me talk about our quarterback just one more second. I'm gonna leave this alone because I said earlier this week that let him stay a secret. Let him keep diminishing him. But what I see with Purdy in this last game was he showed me that he knew when to throw and when not to throw. Look at this quarterback out in Buffalo who shall remain nameless. He threw in 50 quadruple coverage and 4 interceptions against who? The Jets.
Well,
but he's ranked. Now the Jets defense is superior. I'll give him that. However, knowing when not to throw is more important than knowing when to throw.
5-3. Yeah, he's at picture.
All right. So and he said it himself. I forced the ball. The defense wasn't giving me time, but then you have to take what the defense gives you and make positive yards. And that's another part of Purdy's mystique. He buys time with a purpose. He's not running around there just to run around. He has a purpose in mind. Yeah. Those that play the Ayuk, that play the Debo, he bought time with a purpose. He freed his receiver up with his lateral motion.
Facts.
And he put the ball on numbers, players, on numbers.
Yeah, players.
They weren't swatted down or overthrown or flying passes. They were on numbers. That time he threw the Ayuk and stride, man, I kicked over some popcorn and spilled some tea. I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. It was almost a religious experience.
There you go. Yeah, it was beautiful to see it, though, boy.
Man, when's the last time you seen some quarterbacks drop dimes like that? Hey, he ain't got no arm. Remember this now. Our quarterback don't have an arm.
I mean, there's cats that do it. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely cats that do it. But yes, that. Boy,
but when you're Mr. Irrelevant, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Oh, I mean,
so when you're ranking me top 15 out of 26, you're saying I'm in the lower half.
Nah, well, don't they got
and I've won 7 regular season games in a row.
32 teams.
Well, okay, you're the top half or the lower half, or the lower half of the top half.
But like it's kind of hard. But end of the day, he kicking ass, bro. Like I because personally, like the top 15 shit. I mean. You got a high start, I ain't tripping, but some of the people who I would imagine on the list probably been,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
For
sure. They have time in the pocket. They got time in the pocket, so you got to give them credit for that.
Like week 5, right? Don't we play Dallas week 5?
5 or 6.
That's all I want to see. Can we keep Parsons off your ass? And if we can, I figure we're going to have a good night.
Woo! I'm inviting Dallas fans over. I'm serving good food. And at the end of the night, I'm handing out paper towels. Wipe those out.
I'm serving good food.
Yes, that's going to be a Sunday night you better be rested up for, because that's going to be a good one, boy.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be hollering on that one.
That's going to be a good one, boy.
That's when we're going to really see that clutch gene.
That's what I'm saying. He got that clutch gene, man.
McCarthy
see it too, because they got some good corners over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good test. It's gonna be tight windows. It's gonna be pressure.
And our quarterback is throwing into tight windows without any wavering.
I ain't trying to knock him. Like he dog. It's one thing, like you're throwing into tight windows, but when you playing elite players, quote unquote, maybe they're not elite no more, but when you playing elite players, it's a little bit tighter. And with the pass rush, you're gonna get if just not from Parsons, you're gonna be under pressure. So we like Prez was saying, next couple of weeks we really gonna see. But right now, for me, somebody who wasn't necessarily sold, oh boy, shit, you're selling me.
Yeah,
you selling the hell out of me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, you all see selling those receivers. I ain't never seen some receivers in my lifetime block downfield as much as Ray Rainey's catch was doing on Sunday. They was pot committed. It was like Deion was coaching them. Them boys were pot committed. The offensive line, even the left side, was pot committed. You feel what I'm saying? They was opening up lanes. They was taking double hits. Nobody just got watched get to Purdy unmolested. It never happened the entire game. So there's somebody spurring some belief. You can tell the minute that young man walks on the field. You can tell it.
Real talk, bro.
I love hearing that comment. Buys time with a purpose. Man, And he doesn't always have to do that because the Shanahan schemes are tight if they're executed. Okay? And he is executed. But he is the first quarterback in 7 years Shanahan completely trusts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, if I'm saying that, then think about it. Shanahan don't trust nobody.
But look, when you say that, to me, it just go back to what they were saying earlier. He trusts him. We gonna get Atlanta style Shanahan, which means the offense is gonna be attacking every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, Prez had talked about him kind of, I guess, cooling their jets a little bit because we was up on them early. But shit, man.
49ers lose when we don't press. We're not a catch and roll team. We run you out or we run you back. When we take our feet off the gas, we get beat in stupid situations.
Yeah, because it's not our style. They don't know how to play that way. They don't play that down to that. They don't play that in practice. So that's why
and they get sleepy. Defense gets lazy. I mean, the offense is as important to the defense as the defense is important to our offense. They feed off each other.
Facts.
Right.
When our offense is clicking, them cornerbacks and defensive backs be hitting. They be slobber knocking.
It's what we do, man. It's who they are. It's who they are. And they've lost.
That leads me to my pick from a year and a half ago, Drake Jackson.
Drake.
What did Uncle Steve say 2 weeks ago? Somebody gonna have a breakout season. Game 1, 3 sacks. Not no cheap 3 either.
No,
That arm spread and that lateral movement is what we said last week before the game. He's going, and with Bosa being back, he'll be able to use that lateral, and he walked right into some stuff.
Come on, man. Yeah, immediately. Like, that's what we're talking about.
He's saying, I'm going to establish this side of the field. Then what you going to do?
Don't let him get 10 plus sacks.
Don't
10 plus sacks. Come on, bro.
Ooh, boy, that could be ugly. That could be the 95 Bears.
I'm talking about
85 Bears.
and see, I don't know about them, man, but it cannot be taken for granted that the way that this team lost last year. No. See, like, we the fans, you know what I'm saying? And we all feel, you go back to that Eagle game and we all individually have that same horrific feeling. Like when you realize, like, oh my God, he's not coming back on this field. You know what I'm saying? But that's all what we feel in our personal every lives, you know what I'm saying, through our fanhood over the years. We talking about the dudes that sat on that sideline and doing the 5 o'clock mini camps. You know what I'm saying? The 4 o'clock.
Yeah. 2 of days.
Yeah, all of it. And then throw on there the dudes that lost because Jimmy was hurt to the Rams in the NFC Championship. You know what I'm saying? Hurt coming into the game and got hurt in the game on top of that, bro. Like, the way they've lost over and over for the most part of this team, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't believe you have a team other than like the Bills, you know, when the Bills lost every year back in the 80s. They kept losing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. I mean, that Bills loss thing was sickening.
It builds. So, yeah. So the motivation is there. The desperation is there. The we got robbed is there. All of it's there. And elite on both sides of the ball, if we really being honest. Elite on both sides of the fucking ball. That's what we come with every single week. That's what somebody got to play every single week, is elite on both sides of the ball.
And we showed some courage this year. You got a quarterback that went out on the shield and played hurt in a game. Had he not been hurt, would have put us in the Super Bowl. And you have 2 other quarterbacks that were much more physically capable of playing who refused to step on the field. I don't care who disagrees with me on that or not, but getting rid of both of them made this team Purdy's team. Point blank period. Wasn't even close. And I hope Jimmy Garoppolo does well in the Raiders until they get anywhere close to the playoffs. I don't know what Trey's going to do because I think he's damaged good for. I hope it's not the case, but I just don't see it in him. I ain't seen enough of him. You know, And I heard they picked up another practice squad quarterback, or they were Ian Bach or something like that. Anybody know
Who
anything
that?
about this?
Yeah, he played at Notre Dame.
Played at Notre Dame, right?
He's a good quarterback in college.
Yeah, he had a good arm, right? Deep.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's smart insurance. Smart insurance. We just cannot get caught like that again, having no quarterback to step on the field.
Yeah.
You know, with this much talent on the team.
Bruh, I'm hoping that this play correctly, so y'all bear with me. I'm crossing my fingers and toes. But we was talking about the offense. We lean into the defense now. I liked on base downs Colin Farrell, but y'all was talking about this hit. So let me see if I could, you feel me? Oh, I hope it don't look crazy. Let's see.
Their first run play, I knew what time it was. I was like, all right, let's go. And I literally just sprinted through and just zing, went right through and made it.
Vocabulary about this defense. He's going to run their style.
Wow, it is absolutely shut down right there. Fred Warner, who's the star of the show in the middle of that defense.
Just a great job of seeing it, dissecting it, and watch how he hits this. There's nobody there. I don't know how somebody didn't get off. You've got to account for 54. I mean, if you show run, he's coming downhill to fill that hole to learn.
Half and half, but y'all get the gist of it.
Looked like Najee Harris dropped the soap.
That was a hell of a hit, bro.
Man, you know what? He didn't hit that line like that the rest of the game after that hit. Najee was pretty much ineffective. Somebody sent him a message.
Not real talk. And I was surprised, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because to me, Warner not really a thumper. To me, Greenlaw more the thumper. You know what I'm saying? Warner came 3 shots with that thing.
What had happened prior to that play, though?
What
wasn't there a sack? Didn't Drake get a sack?
Okay, so he already fired up, huh?
The whole line's fired up. Remember, Bosa. Now you got Bosa doing what he's gonna do. Drake just showed you he's capable of doing multiple sacks in the game and game-changing hits. Everybody wants some. Think about it. How would Warner look like making a subtle tackle and getting pushed back 3 yards, as opposed to smoking this dude?
He shot his load on that one, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, he went airborne and wrapped and dropped, went through him.
Yeah.
Bounced off of him after he planted him in the ground. That's a hit.
Yes,
you know, I had a beautiful young lady said the reason she was successful in life because she was a memory maker. That's what that was. That was a memory maker right there.
Proud.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But you see, your teammates see that, and it carries through the whole line. They don't want to let nobody through. I saw the offensive line play better in that last game than they have in the last 5-6 games. Last 5-6 games.
Keep up keep improving, and we need them to keep that up. Shit.
Can you imagine? Of course, we got to have something to worry about every week. Come on. Because then we can get complacent. If there was no threat to us, we'd be complacent.
Thanks.
You said you replaced the plays, right? Some more plays?
They shut down a pretty good Pittsburgh team because the quarterback was under the rest the majority of the game. What the receiver name, Pickens or whatever. I ain't hear him call his name too much. Wall got a pick. I was surprised because to me we don't get a lot of those. And shit, that's what we need.
And Lenore did a good job.
Who that?
Lenore.
Oh yeah, Demo. Yeah.
You know, he was getting it in.
Well, to me, I think with Drake getting the 3 sacks, now I think what it's gonna do is you're not gonna be able to double team
Bosa.
Bosa, because
Well, or
and then
Hargrave.
and that's what I'm trying to make, because now that Drake is coming off that other side with what he did, now it's gonna get the one-on-one blocking with Hargrave and with Armstead, because you're gonna have to double one of them. Well, they're gonna one of them up, and then both have got one-on-one. So we needed Drake to come to the party with his streak. You know, this is what we was talking about. You know, he put all the work in all season, built his body up, did all of these things. Now we see the fruits of the labor there. You know what I'm saying? Now his confidence is up now because he didn't went into the game and got the 3. So now this is what we wanted.
When they picked Drake up out of the draft, the thing I said to our team was, this kid brings attitude and lateral coverage. He just has to get his footing together. And it's because he had more reps and less was being directed at Bosa during preseason and training, this kid got this damn near midseason form underneath him. He looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good out there. Yeah.
We got the makings of a good pie.
I agree with that.
Let's talk about Farrell.
Yeah, he played good too.
Yeah, it was nice seeing him develop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. Made some nice plays.
Yeah, they definitely.
He was on point.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, he was on point.
Well, what y'all expecting this week coming up, bro?
Another dub.
Yeah.
I think they
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say it. Now I don't know what kind of deep, because everybody talking about the Rams don't got no more big names. Okay, well y'all when they won the game, so we ain't gonna sleep on them, of course, but we didn't beat them 10 straight. Shanahan got that boy number. You know what I'm saying? We got the better team. They ain't gonna be. We ain't going in there, sleeping on them and not taking them for granted. I think we gonna win the game. Now Stafford back, he look healthy. Now we ain't got to worry about Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? That's one less threat out there that we got to worry about. And I don't know what other kind of players they have. My thing is always they say they ran it 40 sometimes. Well, okay, if they ran it 40 times, then we got to get on that run. We stop that run, then we can unleash the rush. So that's always a problem. And let's stop that run, make them one-dimensional. If they ain't got no receivers out there, that's the household name. With our pass rush, we should be on Stafford all day.
Facts.
So to me, that's the key to the game. Let's stop that run and then get them in 3rd and long. And then, okay, we in Seattle. We better than Seattle. Then we can unleash the beast on them with that pass rush. And then we going to see how many balls he going to get off if he on his back. That's defensively.
You got to remember one thing now. When you run into pride and another line steps up, you got to let Bosa get the beast out. Bosa gonna do some sacks.
That's why I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So, and if it's a friendly competition from left side to right side, I'm all in. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
They can make Stafford want to change his zip code.
Yeah, well, wherever the weak link is on their line, let Bosa line up there where they flip-flopping anyway. So
absolutely. And then we can cheat towards the middle, because the one soft spot we had in preseason was where? Mobile quarterback and a cut towards the middle.
Well, but to be fair,
we didn't have a starter.
Them niggas wasn't out there. The starters wasn't out there. But yes, we did look bad in the preseason game. Yeah, no, we definitely.
I definitely think they'll be much improved with that.
Yeah, no, but I also don't think we're gonna get ran on. I don't think nobody's running on us, to be honest.
Speaking of efforts and running on, any doubt Ayuk's top 5 receiver?
No.
Anybody got any doubts about Ayuk being a top 5?
The stats won't show it.
No, but
because of who he plays around. Who else is
absolutely
McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, all the other people. It's like no one on our team, unless it's gonna be that defensive MVP, is gonna get them type of stats to warrant award because there's too many
downfield blocking when those cats during McCaffrey's run was textbook.
Facts.
He probably
and didn't Ayuk plant somebody and ended that caught him mid stride and just laid him out. So and that's and when you go into practice next week and you start showing that in the film room, in the training room, fire everybody up, don't it?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Well, they're completely sold in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that takes that field sold in to who the identity of the team, and so it's just like, yeah, man, they definitely have all it takes, man. Would you say the pot? You had good makings of a good pie.
Makings of a good pie, man. You start with an apple tree. You know what I'm saying? And by the time it gets to the plate, it goes through a lot of steps. And when we got to remember, in order to make this pie, which is a championship, we got to do it one game at a time. Each game is an ingredient in this pie. And if you skip an ingredient, you may get a pie, but it won't be a championship. We can never lose focus on any single team. Every team knows who we are. And who needs to know that most of all is us. We need to be that beast every single game. We need to be a Fred Warner. We need to be Ayuk downfield. We need to be Debo flipping back to the center and catching the ball all hands and bringing it to his body before he makes contact to the ground. That's a result of losing weight and getting in better shape. Otherwise, he didn't even get close to that ball last season.
Yes, sir.
Let's be honest about it, okay? It's also about Farrell, Drake stepping up, the left side of the offensive line blocking together for a change, just buying enough time. Are they a superior line? No, they are efficient now, and a quarterback that has a game plan on every single play. Not surprised. Have you ever seen Purdy look nervous? Anybody ever noticed that?
Not one bit.
He don't look nervous.
Sure don't.
I mean,
I agree.
He's that little cat in basic training where you think you're gonna punk and he busts your nose. You got to fight for your life just to break even. And you walk away to my left the gate open. I heard something today that just changed my whole day. I walked into my office this morning. I was kind of down, and old man walked in and he bought a car for me a couple of weeks ago. He said, "Hey man," I said, "Hey, how you doing, Mister?" I said, "Why you look so down?" He said, "Man, I went to the gym this morning." I said, "Yeah, and?" He said, "Well, I asked my trainer what kind of machine I had to get on so it make it easier for me to pick up women. He told me an ATM." So facts. You just got to stick with the facts.
That's funny. Facts. Ain't that it?
Yo, it's been a long day for me, fellas. That was
man.
Old dark 30 this morning. So
I understand. We all on similar time. I'm about to get ready to run to the other one. You hear me? Yeah, it's one of them, bro. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Lucky me. But shit, can't wait till next week, fellas. We should be 2-0. You hear me?
Yeah. Come in and take care of business. Take care.
I think we're gonna have some different stars to talk about next week because I think everybody on this team wants to shine.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's enough
forward to that.
Around, you know.
Yeah.
And if our little sail in the middle of the storm, Purdy, can stay upright, it's gonna be a show to behold.
Real talk.
Now, what do y'all think about this AstroTurf thing? Though I wanted to talk about that.
They need to make all this stuff grass, man. Come on.
Yeah, they should have been.
I mean, it affects knees, backs, ankles, and including CTE. When your head makes contact with that cement underneath that grass at the speed y'all traveling at. No wonder folks getting busted up.
Real.
If you look at how many concussions that are not direct of a helmet-to-helmet hit occur on grass. They've known about this for years. They just want to listen to TV. It's about TV.
Oh, man. Y'all making all these y'all $1 billion owners. You can't tell me you can't put a grass field in these stadiums.
Right.
Man, I don't mean to sound racist or nothing, but I know 16 Mexicans that hook a field up before the game. You know what I'm saying? They can take it down to dirt and have it ready, pinstriped and everything else 2 hours before the game, and it'll be beautiful on television. They can do what they want to do. They can do what they're motivated to do. And the league needs to take these players and pull them back. Now, hold on. We're tired of look at Aaron Rodgers. All whether you hate him or love him, nobody deserves that.
Man. And it kills the biggest NFL storyline.
You just shot yourself in the foot, literally, NFL.
Yeah, no, facts.
That's a self-inflicted wound.
Right. Who's, you know what I'm saying? Because next to that was the second biggest thing in sports next to Deion going to Colorado, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And what was going to happen? Because the Jets is a poverty franchise. You know what I'm saying? And so, but they in New York City, so you know it's the Mecca. You know what I'm saying? And so it's in the NFL's best for the Jets to be that team. And then you get Aaron Rodgers and you build the team, and then you lose them that way. Now all of a sudden they want to have conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that because it affects ugly.
It's changed because it affects them now. This is the first time this type of injury has really affected their big time bottom line because of the narrative of So they fucked themselves, man.
It was a bad looking injury, bro.
It happens all the time, man.
No, I mean
that shit destroyed Jordan Reed's career.
It'll destroy a lot of careers, man.
A lot of careers, exactly.
Because that tendon, even when it's repaired, never comes back to the strength that gave you the agility and mobility you had to be a pro athlete in the first place. It just becomes serviceable. I mean, that's one of the strongest tendons in the body.
Especially at that age.
And in low back, I think his career is over, to be honest with you. Because he needed to be mobile to be effective at age 38, 39. And if he comes back he'll have lost some mobility, and he can't afford it in this league as fast as these defensive backs are. As fast as his own offensive players are. His offensive line are crushing if he can't move.
It's wild. It's wild. That's the way it goes.
Makes no sense.
That's the dude, too. I mean, that was exciting, bro, to see this dude.
I was excited for the Jets. I really was.
It was a great opportunity just to see what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I personally feel like here's just a random topic. I personally feel like Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. But
I don't disagree with that. Mechanics wise, everything else, I think he's a better quarterback.
And I think he had a much difficult road getting to where he had to get in the same time frame as Brady. All I'm saying is look what Aaron Rodgers has accomplished. Now, he hasn't done great in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The Packers, but a lot of the time they was playing us. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yes. What did Brady play over there? His entire career. Nothing. So if you switch them, what's more likely to happen?
Ask Woodson about that. But let me just say this. I'm going to say 2 words, and it'll encapsulate how I feel about Brady: talent, ability, and fairness. Brady Rule.
Who?
Brady Rule.
Yep.
Now,
Tuck Rule.
If you understand the Brady Rule, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just go back and look into that. The league, it felt like, was catered towards his success, no matter what he did. All right? Come on, man. Was it a fumble or not a fumble? In every game in America, that was a fumble, except for that game.
Thanks.
You got a Hall of Fame defensive end. Was it cornerback? Woodson, right? What was his name? And they went back
Charles
and talked about that game because he came out of Michigan, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Charles.
And
Yes.
yeah, and it's insane to me to this day that could be called anything other than what it was. So when you ask me about Brady and you ask me about who's a better quarterback, I think there's at least 10 quarterbacks in my lifetime that are better than Brady. And you can call him the GOAT all you want to. The only thing that was a GOAT in that was the league. How do you change the fundamentals of the game for one play for one player? Now, if you said Jordan rules was equivalent, I'd say you're crazy. Jordan was clearly physically superior to a lot of folks around him and clearly had the clutch gene and the go for your throat. And nobody paved the way for Jordan. Laid it out for Tom. I don't hate the play, hate the game, though.
Thanks.
That's why I like our quarterback so much. Ain't nobody gave him nothing.
The Purdy man.
I'm trying to tell you, pretty damn good.
Facts. Facts. Facts, man.
I read this stat. Y'all posted this stat, and I keep reading. Purdy is the first quarterback to win his first 6 game starts while throwing at least 2 touchdowns and a QB rating of above 115. What's his QB rating right now going after game 1? 117.5. He ain't lying. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I like what you're saying, Al.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild, man, watching them. It's wild watching them, bro. It's just like, I love watching them.
The best rating is 7-0 when it counted in the show.
Yeah,
you can QBR me to death. Just keep winning, baby. Al Davis said it, just win, baby.
And so far, he's had a couple of big moments where he's came through. I think people forget that Raiders game. Bro, there was no reason for us to win that Raiders game.
What?
We did not deserve that win. We did not deserve that win. Purdy got us that. I mean, you know, there's obviously it's a team sport, but Purdy willed us to that win time and time and time again. He did what had to be done, bro. That was because we didn't deserve to win that game. They outplayed us. The Raiders outplayed us that day in my.
I had one scary moment in the last game when McCaffrey busted that run. You know that Purdy was running downfield, following the play. He was running downfield behind him.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So when he got to the sideline, Shanahan got in his butt.
Yeah.
You don't expose your quarterback like that.
Thanks.
He got so excited, he followed the play. That's infectious to your teammates, player. But it scared me half to death. Go back and watch that play. Any rate, fellas, love all of y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Let's get on. Let's stay on the outside. I got to walk this dog before she pee on the inside.
2-0. 2-0.
2-0. Let's stay in the show.
Yes, sir. 2-0.
Next week I'll be off this time, so we'll be ready. We're gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Y'all ready now?
Hell yeah.
We ready.
Let's get this done.
We outside.
We outside.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Hey, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Let me get this dog outside. It's a pleasure speaking with y'all as always.
Yes, sir. Next week, fellas, Uncle Keith, Prez, OG, P Warrior, Faithful Boys. Yes, sir.